Imagine a young boy born into a relatively obscure Roman family who would one day become the architect of the Roman Empire. This is the story of Gaius Octavius, known to history as Augustus, the first emperor of Rome. Through political acumen, military prowess, and a vision for a unified Rome, Augustus transformed a crumbling republic into a mighty empire that would endure for centuries. Welcome to my channel. Today we'll explore the rise of the Roman Empire. Please remember to like and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating historical explorations. Now, let's begin with young boy who set the stage for this remarkable period. Gaius Octavius Thurinus was born on September 23rd, 63 BCE, in the city of Rome. His father, Gaius Octavius, was a senator and governor, while his mother, Atia, was the niece of Julius Caesar. From a young age, Octavius displayed a keen intellect and a natural aptitude for leadership. His education was overseen by his great-uncle Caesar, who took a special interest in him, recognizing his potential. This early connection to one of Rome's most powerful figures provided Octavius with a unique insight into the workings of Roman politics and governance. When Octavius was just 12 years old, his father passed away, leaving him under the care of his mother and stepfather, Lucius Marcius Philippus. Despite this personal loss, Octavius remained focused on his studies and ambitions. He was educated in Rome and later in Apollonia, modern-day Albania, where he learned the arts of war and governance. At 16, he donned the toga virilis, marking his entry into adulthood and the beginning of his public career. This was a significant milestone, symbolizing his readiness to take on greater responsibilities within Roman society. Octavius's early life was marked by his close relationship with his family, particularly his mother, Atia. She played a crucial role in shaping his character and ensuring he received the best education. His studies were comprehensive, covering subjects such as rhetoric, philosophy, and military tactics. These formative years were crucial in developing the skills and knowledge that would later enable him to navigate the complex political landscape of Rome. Octavius's education was not only academic, but also practical. He learned the art of diplomacy and the importance of forging alliances, skills that would prove invaluable in his later political career. His time in Apollonia was particularly influential, as it allowed him to observe military strategies and develop his own tactical acumen. This combination of intellectual and practical training equipped Octavius with a well-rounded perspective that set him apart from his peers. The assassination of Julius Caesar in 44 BCE was a pivotal moment in Roman history, setting off a chain of events that would lead to Octavius's rise. In his will, Caesar named Octavius as his adopted son and heir, granting him not only immense wealth, but also a powerful political legacy. At just 18 years old, Octavius was thrust into the heart of Roman politics. The young Octavius, initially studying in Apollonia, returned to Rome to claim his inheritance. His initial steps were cautious as he navigated the treacherous waters of Roman politics. He accepted the name Gaius Julius Caesar Octavianus, signaling his connection to Caesar, and began to rally support among Caesar's legions and allies. Octavius's primary rivals were Mark Antony, a loyal supporter of Caesar, and Marcus Aemilius Lepidus. Recognizing the need for a united front to defeat Caesar's assassins, Brutus and Cassius, Octavius formed a fragile triumvirate with Antony and Lepidus. Together, they raised armies and confronted the conspirators at the Battle of Philippi in 42 BCE. The battle was brutal, but the triumvirate emerged victorious, securing their hold on Roman power. Despite their alliance, tensions between Octavian and Antony soon resurfaced. Antony's relationship with Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt, and his perceived neglect of Roman interests strained their partnership. Octavian capitalized on this, portraying Antony as a traitor to Rome, and gained the support of the Roman Senate and people. Octavius's political strategy was multifaceted. He not only used his connection to Julius Caesar to gain legitimacy, but also skillfully navigated alliances and rivalries within Rome. His ability to adapt to changing circumstances and his keen understanding of public sentiment allowed him to outmaneuver his opponents. Octavius's rise was marked by a series of calculated moves that demonstrated his political acumen and ambition. Octavian's strategic brilliance shone through in his ability to form and dissolve alliances as needed. He married Scribonia to secure a political alliance with Sextus Pompeius, a key rival, and later divorced her to marry Livia Drusilla, whose family connections were invaluable. His military campaigns were equally astute, using both diplomacy and force to consolidate his power. One of Octavian's most notable military successes was his campaign against Sextus Pompeius, who controlled Sicily and posed a significant threat to Rome's grain supply. Through a combination of naval battles and strategic maneuvers, Octavian and his admiral Agrippa were able to defeat Sextus, securing Rome's food supply and solidifying Octavian's position. The final confrontation with Antony and Cleopatra came at the Battle of Actium in 31 BCE. Octavian's forces, commanded by his trusted general Agrippa, decisively defeated Antony's fleet. The subsequent suicides of Antony and Cleopatra left Octavian as the unchallenged ruler of the Roman world. This victory was not just a military triumph. It was a carefully orchestrated political campaign that showcased Octavian's ability to manage public perception and rally support from the Senate and the Roman populace. In addition to his military prowess, Octavian's use of propaganda was instrumental in his rise. He portrayed himself as the savior of Rome, emphasizing his connection to Julius Caesar and promising to restore order and stability. This narrative resonated with the Roman people, who were weary of the ongoing civil wars and political turmoil. Octavian's ability to combine military force with strategic marriages and alliances was key to his success. His marriage to Livia Drusilla, for instance, brought him closer to the powerful Claudian family, strengthening his political base. This combination of military and political strategy enabled Octavian to consolidate his power and pave the way for his eventual ascension as Augustus. With his rivals eliminated, Octavian returned to Rome and carefully orchestrated his transition from a warlord to a legitimate ruler. In 27 BCE, he famously returned his powers to the Senate, a political masterstroke that earned him the title of Augustus and the status of princeps, or first citizen. This act marked the end of the Roman Republic and the beginning of the Roman Empire. Augustus's reign was characterized by a series of reforms that stabilized and strengthened Rome. He reorganized the military, creating a standing army, loyal to the emperor. He also reformed the administration, establishing efficient governance structures that would endure for centuries. Augustus's rise to power was not merely a tale of political maneuvering and military conquest. It was a testament to his vision for Rome, a vision that emphasized stability, prosperity, and the rule of law. His early life and rise to power set the stage for a transformative reign that would shape the course of Western history. Augustus understood the importance of public image and used various means to maintain his authority. He sponsored building projects, including temples and public spaces, to beautify Rome and signal the new era of peace and prosperity. Additionally, he implemented moral reforms promoting traditional Roman values and encouraging family life. By securing the loyalty of the military, gaining the favor of the Senate, and appealing to the common people, Augustus ensured the longevity of his regime. His ability to balance these different elements of Roman society was a key factor in his successful transition from Octavian, the ambitious youth, to Augustus, the revered emperor. Through his early experiences, strategic alliances, and calculated reforms, Augustus laid the foundation for an empire that would last for centuries, leaving a legacy that would be remembered as one of the most significant in history. Augustus's vision extended beyond his lifetime. He established a line of succession, ensuring that his legacy would continue through his adopted son, Tiberius. This move solidified the imperial system and set a precedent for future emperors. Augustus also promoted a cultural renaissance, sponsoring poets like Virgil and Horace, whose works celebrated Roman values and the emperor's achievements. This cultural patronage not only glorified his reign, but also helped to unify the empire under a shared identity. The impact of Augustus's reign cannot be overstated. He transformed Rome from a city plagued by internal conflict into a powerful and stable empire. His policies and reforms laid the groundwork for the Pax Romana, a period of relative peace and prosperity that lasted for over 2 centuries. Augustus's ability to adapt, his strategic alliances, and his vision for Rome were key factors in his successful rise to power and his enduring legacy. As we delve deeper into the story of Augustus, we see a leader who was not only a master strategist, but also a visionary. His rise to power was marked by calculated risks, strategic marriages, and a keen understanding of Roman society. Augustus's early life and rise to power were just the beginning of a reign that would transform Rome and leave an indelible mark on history. Augustus' ability to balance various facets of governance was key to his success. He maintained a delicate equilibrium between military authority and civilian administration, ensuring that neither dominated the other. This balance was crucial in maintaining stability and preventing the kind of power struggles that had characterized the late Republic. One of Augustus's significant contributions was his reform of the Roman legal system. He codified laws and instituted a more consistent legal framework, which contributed to the stability and predictability of Roman governance. This legal reform was part of a broader effort to create a more orderly and just society, reflecting Augustus' vision of a well-governed empire. Augustus also understood the importance of infrastructure in unifying and strengthening the empire. He invested in the construction of roads, aqueducts, and public buildings, which facilitated trade, communication, and the movement of armies. These infrastructure projects not only enhanced the practical functioning of the empire, but also symbolized the strength and unity of Roman civilization. Furthermore, Augustus was adept at using symbols and ceremonies to reinforce his authority. He revived traditional religious practices and presented himself as a pious leader dedicated to the gods and the well-being of Rome. This emphasis on religious and moral authority helped to legitimize his rule and gain the support of the Roman populace. In conclusion, Augustus's early life and rise to power were characterized by a combination of strategic acumen, political savvy, and a vision for a stable and prosperous Rome. His ability to navigate the complex political landscape, form strategic alliances, and implement comprehensive reforms set the stage for his transformative reign. Augustus's legacy as the first emperor of Rome is a testament to his enduring impact on one of history's greatest civilizations. Imagine that Rome transformed under the rule of one man. Augustus, the first emperor, was not just a conqueror, but a reformer who reshaped Roman society, administration, and military. His reforms laid the foundation for the Pax Romana, a period of unprecedented peace and prosperity. Let's delve into the key reforms that defined Augustus's reign and cemented his legacy. Augustus's reign marked the transition from a republic fraught with civil wars to a stabilized empire. One of his first priorities was to reorganize the administration to ensure efficient governance. He initiated a comprehensive overhaul of the administrative apparatus, creating a more centralized and structured system. This included the establishment of the Imperial Civil Service, a body of salaried officials who were loyal to the emperor. These officials were responsible for various aspects of governance, from tax collection to infrastructure maintenance. In addition to centralizing the administration, Augustus also reformed the provincial governance system. The Roman Empire was vast, encompassing diverse regions with different cultures and languages. To manage this effectively, Augustus divided the provinces into senatorial and imperial provinces. Senatorial provinces were governed by proconsuls appointed by the Senate, while imperial provinces were under the direct control of the emperor, administered by legates or prefects. This division allowed for more efficient management and better control over the empire's vast territories. One of the most significant administrative reforms was the census. Augustus conducted a thorough census to register citizens and assess the empire's resources. This was crucial for effective tax collection and resource allocation. The census was conducted periodically, ensuring that the administration had accurate and up-to-date information. This reform not only streamlined tax collection, but also helped in the fair distribution of resources, contributing to social stability. To further enhance administrative efficiency, Augustus established the Praetorian Guard, an elite unit of soldiers who served as the emperor's personal bodyguard and also performed various administrative duties. The Praetorian Guard played a crucial role in maintaining order and enforcing the emperor's policies. They were highly trained and well compensated, ensuring their loyalty to Augustus. Another key aspect of Augustus's reforms was the judicial system. He restructured the courts and established new legal procedures to ensure justice was administered fairly and efficiently. Augustus introduced new laws and legal reforms that addressed various aspects of Roman life, from family law to property rights. These legal reforms provided a more consistent and predictable legal framework, which was essential for maintaining social order and stability. Augustus's reforms were not limited to administration and law. They also extended to the military. The Roman army was the backbone of the empire, and Augustus recognized the need for a well-organized and loyal military force. He reformed the military by creating a standing army with fixed terms of service and regular salaries. Soldiers were enlisted for a term of 20 years, after which they could retire with a pension. This professionalization of the military ensured a stable and reliable fighting force. In addition to establishing a standing army, Augustus also reformed the military hierarchy and command structure. He appointed experienced generals to key positions and established clear lines of command. This improved the efficiency and effectiveness of the Roman military, enabling it to respond swiftly to threats and maintain the empire's borders. One of the most notable military reforms was the creation of the aerarium militare, a military treasury that provided funds for soldiers' salaries, pensions, and other military expenses. This financial stability was crucial for maintaining a loyal and effective military. The aerarium militare was funded through various means, including taxes and revenues from imperial estates. Augustus also initiated significant infrastructure projects to support his military and administrative reforms. He invested in the construction of roads, bridges, and aqueducts, which facilitated communication, trade and the movement of troops. These infrastructure projects not only enhanced the practical functioning of the empire, but also symbolized the strength and unity of Roman civilization. Another major area of reform was the economy. Augustus implemented policies to stimulate economic growth and stability. He reformed the tax system to make it more equitable and efficient, reducing the burden on the poor and ensuring a steady flow of revenue to the state. He also encouraged trade by securing sea routes and reducing piracy, which had been a significant problem in the Mediterranean. In addition to tax and trade reforms, Augustus also promoted agriculture. He encouraged veterans to settle in rural areas and provided them with land, which not only rewarded their service, but also boosted agricultural production. This focus on agriculture helped to ensure a stable food supply, which was crucial for maintaining social stability and preventing unrest. Cultural and religious reforms were also a key part of Augustus's strategy to unify and stabilize the empire. He promoted traditional Roman values and religion, reviving old religious practices and building new temples. Augustus himself was portrayed as a pious leader dedicated to the gods and the well-being of Rome. This emphasis on religious and moral authority helped to legitimize his rule and gain the support of the Roman populace. Augustus's cultural reforms also extended to the arts and literature. He patronized poets like Virgil and Horace, whose works celebrated Roman values and the emperor's achievements. This cultural renaissance not only glorified Augustus's reign, but also helped to unify the empire under a shared identity. The Aeneid, Virgil's epic poem, was a particularly important work, as it linked Augustus's lineage to the legendary founders of Rome, thereby reinforcing his legitimacy and authority. The social reforms initiated by Augustus were equally significant. He introduced laws aimed at strengthening family values and increasing the population of Roman citizens. These laws, known as the Julian laws, included measures to promote marriage and childbirth and penalize adultery and celibacy. By encouraging family life and increasing the number of citizens, Augustus aimed to ensure a stable and prosperous society. Augustus also addressed social inequality by providing public entertainment and welfare programs. He organized games, festivals, and public spectacles to entertain the populace and promote social cohesion. He also provided grain doles to the poor, ensuring that even the most disadvantaged citizens had access to basic necessities. These measures helped to alleviate social tensions and maintain public order. One of Augustus's most enduring reforms was the establishment of the Roman postal system, known as the cursus publicus. This system facilitated communication across the vast empire, allowing for the swift transmission of official messages and documents. The cursus publicus was supported by a network of roads and relay stations, which enabled couriers to travel quickly and efficiently. This communication network was crucial for the administration and coordination of the empire. In addition to his numerous reforms, Augustus also focused on consolidating his own power. He carefully managed his public image, presenting himself as a humble servant of the state rather than a dictator. He adopted the title of princeps, meaning first citizen, rather than king or emperor, to emphasize his role as a leader who governed with the consent of the Senate and the people. This careful cultivation of his image helped to secure his authority and legitimacy. Augustus's reforms were comprehensive and far-reaching, touching every aspect of Roman life. They laid the foundation for the stability and prosperity of the Roman Empire, setting a precedent for future emperors. Through his administrative, military, economic, cultural, and social reforms, Augustus transformed Rome from a city-state plagued by internal strife into a powerful and unified empire. His legacy as a reformer and visionary leader endures to this day, highlighting the profound impact of his reign on the course of history. Augustus's ability to implement such sweeping reforms was due in large part to his pragmatic and adaptive approach to governance. He understood that maintaining power required more than just military might. It required the support and cooperation of various segments of society. By addressing the needs and concerns of the Senate, the military, the common people, and the provinces, Augustus was able to create a stable and cohesive empire. In conclusion, Augustus's reforms were instrumental in shaping the Roman Empire into a model of stability and prosperity. His administrative and military reforms created an efficient and loyal governance structure, while his economic and social policies ensured the well-being of the populace. His cultural and religious initiatives fostered a sense of unity and shared identity, reinforcing the legitimacy of his rule. Through his visionary leadership and pragmatic approach, Augustus laid the groundwork for an empire that would endure for centuries, leaving a lasting legacy as one of history's greatest reformers. Augustus' ability to balance various facets of governance was key to his success. He maintained a delicate equilibrium between military authority and civilian administration, ensuring that neither dominated the other. This balance was crucial in maintaining stability and preventing the kind of power struggles that had characterized the late Republic. One of Augustus's significant contributions was his reform of the Roman legal system. He codified laws and instituted a more consistent legal framework, which contributed to the stability and predictability of Roman governance. This legal reform was part of a broader effort to create a more orderly and just society, reflecting Augustus's vision of a well-governed empire. Augustus also understood the importance of infrastructure in unifying and strengthening the empire. He invested in the construction of roads, aqueducts, and public buildings, which facilitated trade, communication, and the movement of armies. These infrastructure projects not only enhanced the practical functioning of the empire, but also symbolized the strength and unity of Roman civilization. Furthermore, Augustus was adept at using symbols and ceremonies to reinforce his authority. He revived traditional religious practices and presented himself as a pious leader dedicated to the gods and the well-being of Rome. This emphasis on religious and moral authority helped to legitimize his rule and gain the support of the Roman populace. Augustus' cultural reforms were deeply intertwined with his efforts to solidify his power and unify the empire. He recognized the importance of a shared cultural and historical identity in creating a cohesive state. By sponsoring artistic and literary works that glorified Rome and its emperor, Augustus helped to foster a sense of pride and loyalty among the Roman people. This cultural renaissance not only celebrated the achievements of the past, but also projected a vision of a prosperous and enduring future under Augustus's rule. The transformation of Rome under Augustus was profound and far-reaching. His reforms touched every aspect of Roman life, creating a legacy that would endure for centuries. By establishing a stable and efficient administration, reforming the military, promoting economic growth, and fostering cultural unity, Augustus laid the foundation for the Pax Romana, a period of peace and prosperity that defined the height of the Roman Empire. His vision and leadership not only secured his place in history, but also ensured the longevity and success of the empire he helped to build. The consolidation of Augustus's power marked the beginning of a new era in Roman governance. His administrative reforms were pivotal in transforming the chaotic remnants of the Roman Republic into a stable and efficient empire. These reforms not only centralized power, but also streamlined the administration, making it more effective and responsive to the needs of the empire. Let's explore the significant administrative reforms implemented by Augustus that solidified his control and laid the groundwork for the Roman Empire's long-term stability. One of the cornerstone reforms was the restructuring of the provincial administration. The Roman Empire was vast, with diverse cultures and territories stretching from the British Isles to the Middle East. Managing such an extensive realm required a robust and flexible administrative system. Augustus divided the provinces into senatorial and imperial provinces. Senatorial provinces were relatively peaceful and were governed by proconsuls appointed by the Senate. In contrast, the more volatile imperial provinces were directly controlled by the emperor and administered by legates or prefects appointed by Augustus. This division allowed for more direct control over the crucial and potentially rebellious regions, ensuring loyalty and efficiency. In addition to restructuring the provincial administration, Augustus established a professional civil service. Before his reforms, administrative positions were often filled through patronage and were held by individuals with little accountability. Augustus changed this by creating salaried positions within the civil service, ensuring that officials were loyal to the emperor and had a vested interest in the efficient administration of the empire. This professionalization of the bureaucracy laid the foundation for a more stable and reliable administrative system. To further enhance administrative efficiency, Augustus introduced regular censuses. These censuses were critical for tax assessment and resource allocation. Conducted every 5 years, the censuses provided accurate and up-to-date information about the population and wealth of the empire. This data was essential for fair and efficient tax collection, which in turn funded the various functions of the state, including the military, public works, and welfare programs. The regular censuses also helped in the planning and execution of infrastructure projects, ensuring that resources were allocated where they were most needed. One of the most significant aspects of Augustus's administrative reforms was the establishment of a centralized treasury. The Aerarium Saturni, or state treasury, managed by the Senate, was supplemented by the fiscus, a separate treasury directly controlled by the emperor. This dual system allowed for greater financial flexibility and ensured that the emperor had the necessary funds to govern effectively. The fiscus was used to finance the emperor's initiatives, including military campaigns, public works, and social programs. By creating a separate imperial treasury, Augustus could act swiftly and decisively without being hindered by Senate approval. Augustus also reformed the judicial system to ensure a more consistent and efficient administration of justice. He established new courts and legal procedures, standardizing the legal framework across the empire. These reforms included the creation of permanent criminal courts, questions perpetuae, that dealt with serious offenses such as murder and treason. By standardizing legal procedures and establishing permanent courts, Augustus ensured that justice was administered more fairly and efficiently, which helped to maintain social order and stability. Another significant administrative reform was the reorganization of the Roman Senate. Augustus reduced the number of senators from around 900 to 600, streamlining the legislative body and making it more manageable. He also introduced a property qualification for senators, ensuring that only wealthy and influential individuals could hold this prestigious position. By controlling the composition of the Senate, Augustus was able to reduce corruption and increase efficiency. He further solidified his control by appointing his supporters to key positions within the Senate, ensuring loyalty and stability. In addition to these reforms, Augustus also focused on urban administration, particularly in Rome. The city had grown significantly, and its infrastructure was struggling to keep up with the demands of its burgeoning population. Augustus addressed this by creating new administrative offices, such as the curatores, who were responsible for maintaining public buildings and overseeing public services like water supply and sanitation. He also established the office of the Praefectus Urbi, or city prefect, who acted as the chief administrator of Rome and was responsible for maintaining law and order in the city. Public safety and order were further enhanced by the creation of a professional fire brigade, cohorts vigilum, and a city police force, cohorts urbanae. The fire brigade was crucial in a city where fires were a constant threat due to the dense population and wooden buildings. The police force helped maintain public order and reduce crime, contributing to a safer and more stable urban environment. Augustus's administrative reforms also extended to public health and welfare. He initiated various public works projects, including the construction of aqueducts to provide clean water to Rome and other cities. This not only improved public health, but also supported urban growth and economic development. Augustus also established granaries to store surplus grain, which was distributed to the poor during times of scarcity. These measures helped to prevent food shortages and ensured a stable food supply, which was crucial for maintaining social stability. One of the most enduring legacies of Augustus's administrative reforms was the establishment of the Roman postal system, known as the cursus publicus. This system facilitated communication across the vast empire, allowing for the swift transmission of official messages and documents. The cursus publicus was supported by a network of roads and relay stations, which enabled couriers to travel quickly and efficiently. This communication network was crucial for the administration and coordination of the empire, ensuring that the emperor's orders were effectively implemented throughout the provinces. Augustus also implemented reforms to enhance the efficiency of the imperial administration by delegating responsibilities to capable and trusted officials. He appointed procurators to manage the financial affairs of the provinces, ensuring that taxes were collected efficiently and revenues were properly managed. These procurators were often equestrians, members of the Roman middle class who were chosen for their administrative skills and loyalty to the emperor. By delegating financial management to these capable officials, Augustus ensured a more efficient and accountable administration. The centralization of power and the creation of a professional bureaucracy under Augustus were essential for maintaining the stability and efficiency of the Roman Empire. These administrative reforms not only improved the day-to-day functioning of the government, but also laid the foundation for the long-term stability and prosperity of the empire. By creating a more efficient and responsive administration, Augustus was able to effectively govern a vast and diverse empire, ensuring its continued growth and stability. Augustus's reforms also had a significant impact on the social and economic life of the empire. By promoting fair and efficient tax collection, he was able to fund public works projects, support the military, and provide welfare programs for the poor. These measures helped to improve the quality of life for Roman citizens and contributed to the overall stability and prosperity of the empire. The professionalization of the civil service and the establishment of a centralized treasury ensured that the resources of the empire were managed effectively and used for the benefit of the state. In conclusion, Augustus's administrative reforms were crucial in transforming the Roman Republic into a stable and efficient empire. His efforts to centralize power, professionalize the bureaucracy, and streamline the administration laid the foundation for the long-term stability and prosperity of the Roman Empire. By creating a more efficient and responsive government, Augustus was able to effectively manage the vast and diverse territories of the empire, ensuring its continued growth and success. His legacy as a reformer and visionary leader endures to this day, highlighting the profound impact of his administrative reforms on the course of Roman history. Augustus' ability to implement such comprehensive reforms was due in large part to his pragmatic and adaptive approach to governance. He understood that maintaining power required more than just military might. It required the support and cooperation of various segments of society. By addressing the needs and concerns of the Senate, the military, the common people, and the provinces, Augustus was able to create a stable and cohesive empire. The administrative reforms of Augustus were not just about efficiency and control. They were also about creating a sense of unity and identity within the empire. By standardizing legal procedures, improving communication, and promoting public works, Augustus fostered a sense of common purpose and shared destiny among the diverse peoples of the Roman Empire. This sense of unity was crucial for maintaining the stability and cohesion of the empire, especially during times of crisis. Furthermore, Augustus's reforms laid the groundwork for the future development of the Roman Empire. The administrative structures and practices he established were adopted and adapted by subsequent emperors, ensuring the continued stability and prosperity of the empire. The legacy of Augustus's administrative reforms can be seen in the enduring success of the Roman Empire, which remained a dominant force in the ancient world for centuries. Augustus's administrative reforms were a testament to his vision and leadership. He recognized the importance of a stable and efficient government in maintaining the stability and prosperity of the empire. By implementing comprehensive and far-reaching reforms, Augustus transformed the Roman Republic into a powerful and unified empire, setting the stage for the Pax Romana and the enduring success of the Roman Empire. His legacy as one of history's greatest reformers continues to be celebrated and studied, highlighting the profound impact of his administrative reforms on the course of history. A critical element in Augustus's reforms was the creation of specialized administrative roles within the civil service. By assigning specific duties to distinct offices, Augustus ensured that various aspects of governance were managed by experts in those fields. For example, the curatores were responsible for maintaining infrastructure, such as roads and aqueducts, ensuring that these vital systems remained in good condition. This specialization allowed for more efficient and effective administration, as officials could focus on their areas of expertise. Moreover, Augustus was mindful of the importance of maintaining public morale and loyalty. He achieved this through a combination of public spectacles, generous welfare programs, and the promotion of Roman culture and values. Public games and festivals were regularly held, not only to entertain, but also to reinforce social cohesion and loyalty to the emperor. These events were opportunities for Augustus to demonstrate his benevolence and the benefits of his rule, further solidifying his support among the populace. In addition to these public displays, Augustus implemented policies to protect and promote traditional Roman family values. The Julian laws were designed to encourage marriage and childbearing among the Roman elite, addressing the decline in the Roman birth rate. By promoting family life and increasing the number of Roman citizens, Augustus aimed to strengthen the social fabric of the empire. These laws also penalized behaviors that were seen as detrimental to society, such as adultery and celibacy, thereby reinforcing moral standards. The economic stability brought about by Augustus's reforms had a profound impact on the daily lives of Roman citizens. By securing trade routes and reducing piracy, Augustus boosted commerce and trade, leading to increased wealth and prosperity. His agricultural policies ensured a stable food supply, which was essential for preventing famine and maintaining public order. The provision of land to veterans not only rewarded their service, but also stimulated agricultural production and rural development. In conclusion, Augustus's administrative reforms were comprehensive and far-reaching, touching every aspect of Roman life. By creating a stable and efficient government, he laid the foundation for the Pax Romana and the long-term prosperity of the Roman Empire. His vision and leadership transformed the Roman Republic into a powerful and unified empire, setting the stage for centuries of stability and success. The legacy of Augustus's reforms continues to be felt today, highlighting the enduring impact of his visionary leadership on the course of history. The military reforms of Augustus were essential in transforming the Roman military from a collection of citizen soldiers to a professional standing army, capable of defending and expanding the empire's borders. These reforms not only strengthened the military, but also played a crucial role in consolidating Augustus's power and ensuring the stability and longevity of his rule. Let's explore the key military reforms implemented by Augustus and their impact on the Roman Empire. Augustus inherited a Roman state that had been ravaged by decades of civil war, with a military that was often more loyal to individual generals than to the state itself. To address this, Augustus undertook a comprehensive reorganization of the military, focusing on creating a professional, loyal, and efficient fighting force. One of his first steps was to reduce the size of the army, disbanding many of the legions that had been raised during the civil wars. This not only reduced the financial burden on the state, but also helped to eliminate potential sources of rebellion. The creation of a standing army was one of Augustus's most significant military reforms. He established a permanent professional military force with fixed terms of service and regular pay. Soldiers were enlisted for a term of 20 years, after which they could retire with a pension. This professionalization of the military ensured a stable and reliable fighting force, loyal to the emperor. The regular pay and pension system provided financial security for soldiers and their families, fostering loyalty and commitment to the empire. Augustus also reformed the military hierarchy and command structure, ensuring that the army was led by competent and experienced generals who were loyal to him. He appointed legates to command the legions, selecting individuals based on their military prowess and loyalty rather than their political connections. This merit-based system improved the efficiency and effectiveness of the Roman military, enabling it to respond swiftly to threats and maintain the empire's borders. One of the most notable military reforms was the establishment of the Praetorian Guard, an elite unit that served as the emperor's personal bodyguard. The Praetorian Guard was composed of the best soldiers in the army and was stationed in Rome, providing immediate protection to the emperor and serving as a rapid reaction force in times of crisis. The Praetorian Guard also played a crucial role in maintaining internal security and enforcing the emperor's policies, acting as a powerful tool for consolidating Augustus's power. To ensure the financial stability of the military, Augustus created the Aerarium Militare, or military treasury. This fund was used to pay soldiers' salaries, pensions, and other military expenses. The Aerarium Militare was funded through various means, including taxes, revenues from imperial estates, and contributions from wealthy citizens. By establishing a dedicated military treasury, Augustus ensured that the army was adequately funded, which was crucial for maintaining a loyal and effective fighting force. In addition to creating a standing army and establishing the Praetorian Guard, Augustus also reformed the auxiliary forces. The auxilia were non-citizen troops recruited from the provinces, providing additional manpower and specialized skills that complemented the legions. Augustus standardized the organization and pay of the auxiliary forces, ensuring that they were well-equipped and well-trained. Auxiliary soldiers were enlisted for a term of 25 years, after which they were granted Roman citizenship as a reward for their service. This incentive not only encouraged loyalty, but also helped to integrate the provinces into the empire. The establishment of a network of military roads was another key aspect of Augustus's military reforms. These roads facilitated the rapid movement of troops and supplies across the empire, enabling the Roman military to respond quickly to threats and maintain control over vast territories. The construction of military roads also promoted trade and communication, contributing to the overall economic and administrative integration of the empire. Augustus also paid close attention to the fortification and defense of the empire's borders. He initiated the construction of numerous forts, walls, and other defensive structures along the frontiers, creating a system of fortifications that provided protection against invasions and raids. These fortifications were manned by the legions and auxiliary forces, ensuring a constant military presence along the borders. This defensive network helped to secure the empire's frontiers and deter potential aggressors. In addition to these structural reforms, Augustus emphasized the importance of discipline and training within the Roman military. He instituted regular drills and exercises to maintain the combat readiness of the troops. The rigorous training regimen ensured that Roman soldiers were well prepared for battle and could perform their duties with precision and efficiency. Augustus also promoted a culture of discipline and loyalty within the military, emphasizing the importance of duty to the emperor and the state. Another significant aspect of Augustus's military reforms was the establishment of veteran colonies. Upon completing their service, soldiers were often settled in newly established colonies in the provinces. These colonies served multiple purposes. They rewarded veterans for their service, helped to Romanize the provinces, and acted as a strategic reserve of trained soldiers who could be called upon in times of need. The settlement of veterans in the provinces also contributed to the economic development and stability of these regions, as the veterans brought their skills, experience, and Roman values with them. The navy was not overlooked in Augustus's military reforms. Recognizing the importance of naval power in protecting trade routes and securing the empire's coastlines, Augustus expanded and modernized the Roman navy. He established permanent naval bases and fleets in key locations, such as the Mediterranean and the Black Sea, to ensure the security of Roman maritime interests. The navy played a crucial role in suppressing piracy, protecting trade routes, and projecting Roman power across the seas. Augustus's military reforms had a profound and lasting impact on the Roman Empire. By creating a professional, disciplined, and loyal military, he ensured the stability and security of the empire for generations to come. The standing army, Praetorian Guard, and auxiliary forces provided a reliable and effective defense against both internal and external threats. The establishment of a military treasury ensured that the army was adequately funded, while the construction of military roads and fortifications enhanced the empire's ability to respond to threats and maintain control over its vast territories. In conclusion, Augustus's military reforms were a cornerstone of his efforts to consolidate power and ensure the stability and longevity of the Roman Empire. By professionalizing the military, establishing a dedicated military treasury, and creating a network of fortifications and roads, Augustus transformed the Roman military into a formidable and reliable force. His emphasis on discipline, training, and loyalty fostered a culture of excellence within the military, while the settlement of veterans in the provinces helped to integrate and stabilize these regions. Augustus's reforms not only secured his own power, but also laid the foundation for the enduring success and prosperity of the Roman Empire. His legacy as a military reformer continues to be celebrated and studied, highlighting the profound impact of his vision and leadership on the course of history. The enduring success of Augustus's military reforms can be seen in the stability and security that characterized the Roman Empire during the Pax Romana. The professional and disciplined military that Augustus created was instrumental in maintaining peace and order throughout the empire. The standing army and auxiliary forces were able to repel invasions, suppress rebellions, and enforce Roman law and order in the provinces. The Praetorian Guard provided personal security for the emperor and acted as a powerful deterrent against plots and conspiracies. The network of military roads and fortifications that Augustus established facilitated the rapid movement of troops and supplies, ensuring that the Roman military could respond swiftly and effectively to any threat. These roads also promoted trade and communication, contributing to the economic integration and prosperity of the empire. The defensive fortifications along the borders provided a strong deterrent against invasions and ensured the security of the empire's frontiers. Augustus's emphasis on discipline and training within the military ensured that Roman soldiers were well prepared for battle and could perform their duties with precision and efficiency. The rigorous training regimen and strict discipline fostered a culture of excellence and loyalty within the military, making it one of the most effective fighting forces in the ancient world. The professionalization of the military also ensured that soldiers were committed to their duties and loyal to the emperor, reducing the risk of insubordination and rebellion. The establishment of veteran colonies in the provinces helped to Romanize these regions and promote economic development. Veterans brought their skills, experience, and Roman values with them, contributing to the stability and prosperity of the provinces. These colonies also acted as a strategic reserve of trained soldiers who could be called upon in times of need, further enhancing the security of the empire. Augustus's expansion and modernization of the navy ensured the security of Roman maritime interests and protected trade routes from piracy. The navy played a crucial role in projecting Roman power across the seas and securing the empire's coastlines. The establishment of permanent naval bases and fleets in key locations provided a strong maritime presence and enhanced the empire's ability to respond to threats and protect its interests. The creation of the aerarium militare provided a stable and reliable source of funding for the military, ensuring that soldiers were adequately paid and that the army had the resources it needed to function effectively. This financial stability was crucial for maintaining a loyal and effective military, as soldiers were more likely to remain committed to their duties if they were well compensated and their future was secure. In conclusion, Augustus's military reforms were instrumental in creating a professional, disciplined, and loyal military that secured the stability and prosperity of the Roman Empire. His vision and leadership transformed the Roman military into a formidable force that could effectively defend the empire's borders, maintain internal security, and project Roman power across the ancient world. The legacy of Augustus's military reforms continues to be celebrated and studied, highlighting the profound impact of his vision and leadership on the course of history. His reforms not only secured his own power, but also laid the foundation for the enduring success and prosperity of the Roman Empire, ensuring its dominance for centuries to come. A critical element in Augustus's reforms was the focus on military logistics and support systems. Understanding that an army marches on its stomach, Augustus implemented efficient supply chains and logistics networks to ensure that his troops were well provisioned and equipped, even in distant and hostile territories. These logistics networks included the establishment of supply depots and the use of civilian contractors to provide necessary supplies, which ensured that the army could operate effectively and maintain its combat readiness. Augustus also emphasized the importance of military engineering and innovation. The Roman military under Augustus became known for its advanced engineering capabilities, constructing fortifications, bridges, and siege equipment that gave them a strategic advantage in warfare. The focus on engineering not only improved the military's effectiveness in combat, but also contributed to the empire's infrastructure, as many of these engineering projects had lasting benefits for civilian life. Another significant aspect of Augustus's military reforms was his attention to morale and welfare. He recognized that a well-cared-for army was a more effective fighting force. Augustus implemented policies to ensure that soldiers received fair treatment, including regular pay, pensions, and land grants upon retirement. These measures fostered loyalty and dedication among the troops, reducing the likelihood of mutiny and enhancing the overall effectiveness of the military. The impact of Augustus's military reforms extended beyond the battlefield. By creating a professional and loyal military, Augustus was able to maintain internal stability and prevent the rise of rival factions that could challenge his authority. The disciplined and effective military also allowed Augustus to implement his broader administrative and social reforms without significant opposition, as potential threats were swiftly and efficiently dealt with by the military. In summary, Augustus's military reforms were comprehensive and transformative, laying the foundation for the enduring success and stability of the Roman Empire. By professionalizing the military, enhancing logistics and engineering capabilities, and focusing on the welfare and morale of the troops, Augustus created a formidable and reliable fighting force that secured the empire's borders and maintained internal order. His visionary leadership and innovative reforms not only secured his own power, but also ensured the long-term prosperity and dominance of the Roman Empire. The Pax Romana, a period of relative peace and stability across the Roman Empire, lasted for over 2 centuries. This era, initiated by Augustus, was marked by significant economic prosperity that fueled the empire's growth and development. The economic policies and reforms implemented during this period laid the foundation for a thriving and stable economy. Let's delve into the key factors that contributed to the economic prosperity during the Pax Romana and their impact on the Roman Empire. One of the cornerstone elements of the economic prosperity during the Pax Romana was the establishment of a stable and unified currency system. Augustus reformed the Roman monetary system, standardizing the coinage and introducing new coins, such as the gold aureus and the silver denarius. These coins became the standard currency throughout the empire, facilitating trade and commerce by providing a reliable and consistent medium of exchange. The standardized currency helped to eliminate the confusion and inefficiencies associated with the various local currencies that had previously been in circulation. The stability of the currency was underpinned by Augustus's fiscal policies, which aimed to maintain the value of the Roman coinage. He established the aerarium, the public treasury, and the fiscus, the imperial treasury, to manage state finances effectively. The careful management of these treasuries ensured that the empire had sufficient funds to support public works, military expenses, and other essential functions. By maintaining a stable and reliable currency system, Augustus created a conducive environment for economic growth and development. The economic prosperity of the Pax Romana was also driven by the expansion and improvement of infrastructure. Augustus invested heavily in the construction and maintenance of roads, bridges, and aqueducts, which facilitated the movement of goods, people, and information across the empire. The extensive network of Roman roads, known as the Vii, connected the farthest reaches of the empire, from Britannia in the west to Mesopotamia in the east. These roads were well engineered and meticulously maintained, enabling efficient transportation and communication. The construction of aqueducts was another significant infrastructure project that contributed to the economic prosperity of the Pax Romana. Aqueducts brought fresh water from distant sources to cities and towns, supporting urban growth and improving public health. The availability of clean water was essential for various economic activities, including agriculture, industry, and trade. By ensuring a reliable supply of water, the aqueducts played a crucial role in sustaining the economic vitality of the empire. Agriculture was the backbone of the Roman economy, and during the Pax Romana, it experienced significant growth and development. Augustus implemented policies to encourage agricultural production and improve the efficiency of farming practices. He distributed land to veterans and encouraged the cultivation of previously uncultivated land, increasing the amount of arable land available for farming. These measures helped to boost agricultural output, ensuring a stable and abundant food supply for the growing population of the empire. The Roman government also implemented policies to support and protect farmers. Augustus introduced measures to regulate grain prices and prevent hoarding, ensuring that food remained affordable and accessible to all citizens. The state also invested in agricultural infrastructure, such as irrigation systems and storage facilities, to support farmers and enhance agricultural productivity. These policies helped to stabilize the agricultural sector, which in turn supported the broader economy. Trade and commerce flourished during the Pax Romana, driven by the stability and security provided by Augustus's reforms. The extensive network of roads, coupled with the standardized currency, facilitated the movement of goods and services across the empire. Roman merchants traded a wide variety of goods, including grains, olive oil, wine, metals, textiles, and luxury items such as spices, silk, and precious stones. The empire's vast and diverse territories provided access to a wide range of resources and markets, fueling economic growth and prosperity. The Mediterranean Sea, often referred to as the Roman Lake, was a vital artery for trade during the Pax Romana. Augustus took measures to secure the sea routes, reducing piracy and ensuring safe passage for merchant ships. The Roman navy played a crucial role in maintaining maritime security, protecting trade routes, and facilitating the flow of goods between the provinces and the capital. The increased safety and efficiency of maritime trade contributed significantly to the economic prosperity of the empire. The economic prosperity of the Pax Romana was also supported by the development of urban centers. Cities and towns across the empire became hubs of economic activity, with markets, workshops, and businesses thriving. The growth of urban centers was facilitated by the construction of public buildings, such as forums, basilicas, and amphitheaters, which provided spaces for commerce, administration, and entertainment. These urban centers became focal points for trade and industry, driving economic growth and development. Public works and construction projects were significant contributors to the economic prosperity of the Pax Romana. Augustus initiated numerous building projects, including temples, theaters, and baths, which not only enhanced the cultural and social life of the cities, but also provided employment opportunities for thousands of workers. The construction industry became a vital part of the economy, generating income and stimulating demand for materials and labor. The Roman legal system, reformed and standardized under Augustus, provided a stable and predictable framework for economic transactions. The rule of law ensured that contracts were enforced, property rights were protected, and disputes were resolved fairly and efficiently. This legal stability fostered a climate of confidence and trust, encouraging investment and economic activity. The legal reforms also included measures to combat corruption and ensure the integrity of the administration, further supporting the economic prosperity of the empire. The economic policies and reforms implemented during the Pax Romana also had a significant impact on the social structure of the Roman Empire. The increased wealth and prosperity led to the emergence of a more affluent and diverse middle class, which played a crucial role in the economic and cultural life of the empire. This new middle class included merchants, artisans, and professionals who contributed to the vibrant urban economy and helped to drive economic growth. Augustus' policies also promoted social mobility, allowing individuals from various backgrounds to rise through the ranks based on their skills and achievements. The professionalization of the civil service and the military provided opportunities for talented individuals to advance their careers and improve their social status. This meritocratic system helped to create a more dynamic and inclusive society, contributing to the overall stability and prosperity of the empire. The economic prosperity of the Pax Romana had far-reaching effects beyond the borders of the Roman Empire. The increased trade and commerce facilitated cultural exchange and the spread of ideas, technologies, and innovations. Roman goods, culture, and influence extended far beyond the empire's borders, reaching distant regions such as India, China, and sub-Saharan Africa. This cultural and economic exchange enriched both the Roman Empire and the regions with which it interacted, creating a more interconnected and dynamic world. In conclusion, the economic prosperity of the Pax Romana was the result of a combination of factors, including stable currency, improved infrastructure, agricultural growth, flourishing trade, urban development, and legal stability. Augustus' economic policies and reforms laid the foundation for this prosperity, creating a stable and thriving economy that supported the growth and development of the Roman Empire. The legacy of the Pax Romana continues to be celebrated as a period of unprecedented peace and prosperity, highlighting the profound impact of Augustus's vision and leadership on the course of history. The economic prosperity of the Pax Romana was not just about wealth and growth. It also had significant social and cultural implications. The increased wealth and stability allowed for greater investment in education, tourism, arts, and culture, leading to a flourishing of intellectual and artistic achievements. Public libraries, schools, and cultural institutions were established, promoting literacy, learning, and cultural exchange. The arts and literature thrived, with poets, writers, and artists producing works that have endured for centuries. The prosperity of the Pax Romana also facilitated the development of infrastructure and public amenities that improved the quality of life for Roman citizens. Public baths, theaters, and recreational facilities were built, providing spaces for relaxation, entertainment, and social interaction. The emphasis on public health and sanitation, supported by the construction of aqueducts and sewage systems, contributed to the overall well-being of the population. The economic prosperity of the Pax Romana was underpinned by the efficient and effective administration established by Augustus. The professional civil service, coupled with the standardized legal and financial systems, ensured that the empire was governed smoothly and efficiently. This administrative efficiency allowed for the implementation of policies and projects that supported economic growth and development, creating a stable and prosperous environment for the citizens of the Roman Empire. The legacy of the economic prosperity of the Pax Romana continues to be felt today. The innovations and advancements made during this period laid the groundwork for future economic and social developments, influencing the course of Western civilization. The principles of efficient administration, legal stability, and infrastructure development established by Augustus remain relevant and continue to inform modern governance and economic policy. In summary, the economic prosperity of the Pax Romana was a multifaceted phenomenon, driven by a combination of stable currency, improved infrastructure, agricultural growth, flourishing trade, urban development, and legal stability. Augustus' economic policies and reforms created a conducive environment for economic growth and development, ensuring the stability and prosperity of the Roman Empire. The legacy of this period of peace and prosperity continues to be celebrated as one of the most remarkable achievements in the history of the Roman Empire, highlighting the enduring impact of Augustus's vision and leadership. The Pax Romana was not just a period of economic prosperity, it was also a time of cultural and intellectual flourishing. The stability and wealth of the empire allowed for greater investment in the arts, literature, and sciences. Roman culture and ideas spread throughout the empire, influencing the development of Western civilization. The architectural and engineering achievements of the Romans during this period, such as the Colosseum and the Pantheon, continue to inspire and awe people to this day. The economic prosperity of the Pax Romana also had a profound impact on the daily lives of ordinary Roman citizens. The availability of goods from all over the empire, coupled with the improved infrastructure, meant that people had access to a wide variety of products and services. Markets were bustling with activity, and the standard of living improved for many. The social and cultural life of the cities was vibrant, with public baths, theaters, and festivals, providing opportunities for entertainment and socialization. The economic policies and reforms of Augustus also had a significant impact on the broader Mediterranean world. The increased trade and commerce facilitated by the Pax Romana helped to integrate the economies of the region, creating a more interconnected and interdependent world. The spread of Roman culture and ideas had a lasting influence on the development of Western civilization, shaping the course of history for centuries to come. In conclusion, the economic prosperity of the Pax Romana was a result of Augustus's visionary leadership and comprehensive reforms. His policies created a stable and thriving economy that supported the growth and development of the Roman Empire. The legacy of the Pax Romana continues to be celebrated as a period of unprecedented peace and prosperity, highlighting the profound impact of Augustus's vision and leadership on the course of history. The economic, social, and cultural achievements of this period continue to inspire and inform modern governance and economic policy, demonstrating the enduring relevance of the lessons learned from the Pax Romana. The Pax Romana, initiated by Augustus, was not only a period of economic prosperity, but also a golden age of cultural achievements. The stability and peace provided an ideal environment for the flourishing of arts, literature, and architecture. These cultural developments played a crucial role in shaping Roman identity and left a lasting legacy that continues to influence the world today. Let's explore the key cultural achievements of the Pax Romana and their impact on the Roman Empire and beyond. One of the most significant cultural achievements of the Pax Romana was the development of Roman literature. This period saw the emergence of some of Rome's greatest poets and writers, whose works have endured for centuries. Among the most notable figures were Virgil, Horace, and Ovid. Virgil, often regarded as Rome's greatest poet, wrote the epic poem The Aeneid, which became a cornerstone of Roman literature. The Aeneid tells the story of Aeneas, a Trojan hero and ancestor of the Romans, linking Rome's origins to the heroic age of Troy. This epic not only glorified Rome's past, but also served as a propaganda tool for Augustus, portraying him as the legitimate heir to Rome's illustrious legacy. The Aeneid's themes of duty, destiny, and piety resonated deeply with Roman values and helped to shape the cultural identity of the empire. Horace, another prominent poet of the Pax Romana, is best known for his odes and satires. His works celebrated the peace and prosperity brought by Augustus and extolled the virtues of moderation, friendship, and the simple life. Horace's poetry reflected the values of the Augustan age and provided a nuanced commentary on Roman society and politics. His ability to blend wit, wisdom, and elegance in his poetry made him one of the most beloved and influential poets of his time. Ovid, a contemporary of Virgil and Horace, made significant contributions to Roman literature through his Metamorphoses and Ars Amatoria. Metamorphoses is a collection of mythological tales that explore themes of transformation and change. The work's imaginative storytelling and rich imagery captivated audiences and left a lasting impact on Western literature. However, Ovid's Ars Amatoria, a didactic poem on love and seduction, led to his exile by Augustus, reflecting the emperor's desire to maintain moral and social order. In addition to literature, the Pax Romana was a period of remarkable architectural achievements. Augustus famously claimed to have found Rome a city of brick and left it a city of marble. His ambitious building program transformed the cityscape of Rome and set new standards for architectural excellence. One of the most iconic structures built during the Pax Romana was the Ara Pacis Augustae, or Altar of Augustan Peace. This monumental altar, dedicated to Pax, the goddess of peace, celebrated the peace and prosperity brought by Augustus. The intricate reliefs on the altar depict scenes of religious rituals, mythical figures, and members of the imperial family, emphasizing the themes of piety, order, and continuity. The Ara Pacis symbolized the harmonious and prosperous era of the Pax Romana and served as a powerful piece of imperial propaganda. Another significant architectural achievement of this period was the construction of the Pantheon, originally built by Marcus Agrippa and later rebuilt by Emperor Hadrian. The Pantheon, with its impressive dome and oculus, remains one of the best preserved and most influential buildings of ancient Rome. Its innovative design and engineering techniques, such as the use of concrete and the coffered dome, set new standards for architectural excellence and inspired countless structures throughout history. The Colosseum, or Flavian Amphitheater, is another iconic symbol of Roman architectural and engineering prowess. Commissioned by Emperor Vespasian and completed by his son Titus, the Colosseum was the largest amphitheater in the Roman world and could hold up to 80,000 spectators. It hosted a variety of public spectacles, including gladiatorial games, animal hunts, and mock naval battles. The Colosseum's grandeur and engineering sophistication made it a marvel of the ancient world and a testament to the power and ingenuity of the Roman Empire. The development of Roman sculpture also reached new heights during the Pax Romana. Roman sculptors were heavily influenced by Greek art, but they developed their own distinctive style that emphasized realism and individuality. Portraiture became a significant aspect of Roman sculpture, with emperors, generals, and other prominent figures being depicted with striking realism. The statues of Augustus, such as the Augustus of Prima Porta, exemplify this blend of idealism and realism, portraying the emperor as both a godlike figure and a relatable leader. Roman art during the Pax Romana also included mosaics and frescoes, which adorned the walls and floors of villas, public buildings, and temples. These artworks depicted a wide range of subjects, from mythological scenes and landscapes to everyday life and historical events. The intricate designs and vibrant colors of Roman mosaics and frescoes showcased the artistic skill and creativity of Roman artisans and added beauty and sophistication to the built environment. The Pax Romana was also a period of significant achievements in philosophy and science. Roman intellectuals, building on the knowledge of the Greeks, made important contributions to various fields of study. The philosopher Seneca, a prominent Stoic, wrote extensively on ethics, morality, and the human condition. His works, such as Letters to Lucilius and On the Shortness of Life, offered practical wisdom and guidance for living a virtuous life. In the field of science, the physician Galen made groundbreaking contributions to medicine and anatomy. His extensive writings on the human body, medical treatments, and surgical techniques became authoritative texts for centuries and greatly influenced the development of Western medicine. Galen's work exemplified the empirical and systematic approach to scientific inquiry that characterized the intellectual achievements of the Pax Romana. The Pax Romana also saw the flourishing of Roman law and legal thought. Augustus's legal reforms laid the foundation for a more consistent and predictable legal system, which was further developed by subsequent emperors and jurists. The codification of Roman law, including the Lex Julia and the Lex Papia Poppaea, helped to regulate various aspects of social, economic, and political life. The development of legal principles and doctrines during this period had a lasting impact on the legal systems of many modern countries and remains a cornerstone of Western legal tradition. Religion and religious practices also evolved during the Pax Romana. Augustus promoted the revival of traditional Roman religion and the worship of the gods as a means of fostering social cohesion and reinforcing his authority. He restored temples, revived ancient rituals, and encouraged the veneration of the gods through public festivals and ceremonies. The emperor himself was often portrayed as a divine figure, with temples and altars dedicated to the imperial cult. The Pax Romana also witnessed the spread of mystery religions and the emergence of new religious movements. Cults such as those of Isis, Mithras, and Cybele gained popularity, offering personal salvation and mystical experiences to their adherents. These mystery religions provided alternative spiritual paths and played a significant role in the religious landscape of the Roman Empire. The period also saw the early spread of Christianity, which would later become a dominant force in the Roman Empire and beyond. While initially a small and persecuted sect, Christianity began to gain followers during the Pax Romana, thanks to the empire's extensive trade networks and relatively tolerant policies towards religious diversity. The message of Christianity, with its emphasis on compassion, equality, and eternal life, resonated with many people, particularly the poor and marginalized. The educational system of the Pax Romana was another area of cultural achievement. Education was highly valued in Roman society, and the period saw the establishment of schools and academies that provided instruction in various subjects, including rhetoric, grammar, philosophy, and law. The education system produced a well-educated elite who played crucial roles in the administration, governance, and cultural life of the empire. Public libraries, such as the Library of Alexandria and the Library of Rome, became centers of learning and intellectual exchange. These libraries collected vast amounts of knowledge and made it accessible to scholars and the public. The preservation and dissemination of knowledge through these libraries played a vital role in the cultural and intellectual achievements of the Pax Romana. In summary, the cultural achievements of the Pax Romana were vast and varied, encompassing literature, architecture, art, philosophy, science, law, religion, and education. The stability and prosperity of the period provided a fertile ground for the flourishing of these cultural pursuits, leaving a legacy that continues to influence the world today. Augustus's vision and leadership played a crucial role in fostering this cultural renaissance, creating an environment where arts and intellectual endeavors could thrive. The legacy of the Pax Romana's cultural achievements is evident in the enduring influence of Roman literature, architecture, and art. The works of Virgil, Horace, and Ovid continue to be studied and admired for their literary excellence and profound insights into the human condition. Roman architectural and engineering innovations, such as the use of concrete and the construction of monumental structures, set new standards for building design and construction that have been emulated throughout history. The achievements in philosophy and science during the Pax Romana laid the groundwork for future intellectual developments and continue to be relevant in contemporary thought. The legal principles and doctrines established during this period have shaped the legal systems of many modern countries, providing a foundation for justice and governance. The cultural and intellectual achievements of the Pax Romana were not confined to the Roman Empire. They also had a profound impact on the broader Mediterranean world and beyond. The spread of Roman culture, ideas, and innovations, facilitated by trade and communication networks, helped to create a more interconnected and dynamic world. The exchange of knowledge and cultural practices enriched the societies that came into contact with Rome, fostering a spirit of collaboration and mutual influence. The advancements in engineering and public works during the Pax Romana were particularly noteworthy. The construction of roads, bridges, and aqueducts not only facilitated trade and communication, but also showcased the Romans' engineering prowess. The aqueduct of Segovia in Spain and the Pont du Gard in France are prime examples of Roman engineering that continue to awe modern observers. These structures provided vital infrastructure that supported the daily lives of Roman citizens and the economic activities of the empire. In conclusion, the cultural achievements of the Pax Romana were a testament to the stability, prosperity, and vision of Augustus and his successors. The flourishing of literature, architecture, art, philosophy, science, law, religion, and education during this period created a rich and vibrant cultural legacy that continues to inspire and inform the modern world. The Pax Romana's cultural achievements highlight the enduring impact of this golden age on the course of history and the development of Western civilization.